Hey guys. So I have heard from Jeff and David, and I agree with this, that it would be great for us to make videos again. And I've also been watching the beginning, like, Brotherhood 2.0 videos over again, and so that's actually really made me want to, like, keep doing this. Because I remember that when we were doing it before, it was nice, because it felt like we had, like, a solid place where we could see, like, exactly what a person wanted to present to us and not just like what comes out in textual conversations, which are usually kind of hurried and people are doing other stuff while you're talking, and like Skype just takes a long time and is difficult when you have a roommate. So it's nice to like be able to present exactly what you want to present to people and like, you know, not have to answer questions immediately, but like get a chance to sort of think about stuff. So obviously we're probably going to be communicating textually, and I think we should. So like, I just think that it's nice to have like a concrete place to share what we're up to with the larger group, and like makes like hearing from everybody possible. Like, so if some people are not on Skype a lot, it gives us an opportunity to hear from them anyway. I know it's like always really tough with people's schedules to find time, and like I've been trying to do this for like 3 weeks now and still haven't found time to complete a video. So I just think it's worth trying to squeeze it in, like, and making an effort. And like, I think maybe if making a schedule works, then we make a schedule, but like I don't think we need to be that formal about it. It's just like, if people have time, you should try to do it, because it's really fun for everybody else to hear. And like I know I would really like to hear from David. I would like to hear from like everybody, but particularly David, and like Eric, I guess I've heard from more recently, but like I haven't heard a lot about what you're doing, and like it would be great to see everybody's faces for a while. So I had some questions that I thought things that I want to ask everybody generally, and then I am going to answer them because I am presumptuous enough to assume that you would like to know my answers. So the questions are, how is college generally? What classes are you taking? / why do you like them? Or / do you like them / why? How's your living situation going? The best thing about being at school, the worst thing about being at school, and do you have some kind of funny anecdote of the day? So I'm going to start with, how is college generally? And I would say that college generally is very good. What classes am I taking / do I like them / why? I am taking Latin literature, which is readings of things that were written originally in Latin but have been translated into English, and a few things that are like we read a Tom Stoppard play called The Invention of Love, which is in English. It started out in English. It's about a classicist, so it kind of applies to us. I'm writing a paper about it, in fact. I really liked it. I love this class. I love it for the professor, and I love it for its subject matter, and the fact that I thought I was going to hate it. And then I am taking a politics class, which is sort of basically a review of Fricka classes, which is kind of dull and annoying, but I imagine that it will be good in the future once we're not, like reviewing con law, although it's really making me want to take con law. I'm also taking a dance class, which is really fun. It's intermediate, modern technique, Jose Limon for Pilar. It's really fun. My teacher actually studied with Limon, like she danced with Limon. Like, whoa. She's this wonderful, crazy old deaf woman who like screams at us and laughs at us, and like I decided not to do the full out thing, but just to mark it across the floor. She gave us that as an option, and she looks at me and goes, "Rachel, you can do the full step." And it was like, oh, I'm sorry, I've disappointed you. But that was really nice. Like, she knows my name, and I'm a freshman, and I'm one of like 35 people in the class, so that's really cool. And I'm also taking a lighting tutorial, which I'm taking for no credit because I don't have enough credits left to take a 2-credit thing, but I really want to take it, so I'm just doing it, and I think it's going to be fun. I'm taking a Latin class, which is sort of more than I can handle, but I'm doing it. Like, I don't really have a choice now, I'm in it, so that's that. And I'm taking first year seminar, which is required of all of us. It's called FISEM. And it's really fun, actually. I've got a great professor. Mostly I've got a great professor. That seems to be like the thing that makes a class good here, is the professor. Her name is Ruth Zisman. She's a baby professor. She doesn't even have her doctorate yet. She's doing her doctorate in German literature. I love her so much. She's so cute. But she's a really good teacher, and she's really smart, and she's a philosophy professor, and I thought I was going to hate that, and I don't. Instead, she's really great, and she talks about like actual things all the time, which is so nice. So yeah, I love her. And we have this series of symposia that happen on Monday afternoons. We just had one today. And my favorite professor, Professor Stevens from my lit class, spoke, which was great. I love him. He has this perfect eidetic memory. So like he did a big recitation of a part of the Aeneid, the part where he goes down to the underworld and he sees Dido. And the other two professors who were part of the panel like sort of shadow acted it out in the background, and it was so nerdy and lame and hysterical. And I was just sitting there like, I remember translating this. That was my special passage that I had to do, and it was cool. So that was kind of fun. That's also my funny anecdote. My living situation is good. I like my roommate. I'm getting along pretty well. I get up early and she doesn't, and I go to bed early and she doesn't, so it's kind of a curious relationship, but it works pretty well. Or at least I try to go to bed early. Sometimes I don't manage that at all, but that's fine. No more 1:30 bedtimes. That can't be how we do this on the weekends anymore. But, yeah, living situation's good. I live in a very small dorm, so we're all kind of pretty close. Like, all of the tree houses, there's maple and mulberry and spruce and sycamore, that we're all named for trees. We all have this kind of bonded, like, different personality per dorm kind of thing because we're so small. So it's kind of, like, it's in the nature of things for us to get really close. Best thing about being at school is the work and the group of people that I know are here somewhere waiting for me that are so intelligent and so nerdy, even if it's just the professors, but like listening to them talk today about their areas of study and like why discovery is important in the humanities was so interesting, because it's just like, I don't actually think talking about these things is necessarily always valuable or important, but this was a good example of it being a useful exercise, so that's kind of really fun. That's what the symposium today was about. Worst thing about being at school is that I am constantly and unendingly hungry for good food. Like, I have to go out to dinner in one of the towns nearby, Tivoli or Red Hook, every week, or I die a little bit. It's kind of a feature of college. And I told my funny anecdote. It was about Aeneas. My favorite professor is Stevens. I love him. He's so great. And I'm kind of making friends with people, like, not really, but it's kind of nice to be able to, like, smile at people who are in my classes from across the walking around kind of thing. And, like, I'm making a home for myself in the library, which is nice. I spend most of my extra time in the library because I just have, like, epic amounts of work. Like, I can work all day and not even make a dent, which is what I did today. I worked most of the day, and I didn't even really make a dent. But it's also interesting and cool. Like, we're reading the Federalist Papers. Like, that's really cool. Let's talk about what they actually wanted the judiciary to be. Now let's talk about what the judiciary is. So that's interesting. So yeah, I want to hear about these things from you guys. Obviously I don't have to answer the whole thing. This was just, like, all the stuff that when I was making a list came to mind as, like, things that I wanted to know. Like, what are you guys doing for fun, and what kinds of groups have you joined and stuff, or other questions. But just generally that kind of stuff. Okay, hope to hear from people soon. Bye!